I started. Annie hates when I do this, but fuck it. She was putting her hair in a bun. Tardy little bitch.
We were talking about you and Joe copulating on the couch.
We were talking.
While I'm here.
Yes, and this is actually where we copulated last night.
Oh.
That's why my vibrator's out here.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? Sometimes we like to switch it up when the dog's not home.
Oh, is
Otherwise,
that why?
the dog watches.
Oh, right. We
the
talked
dog
about
will
that.
stare.
So you actually will take it to the bedroom if the dog's here.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'll ruin the whole fucking
I know
moment.
we've been through this,
Yes.
but that's still funny to me.
No, like, if the dog's here and we're hooking up on the couch, I get the fuck up. I'm like,
That's a good mom.
I'm just such a good mom. And what I'm trying to do now, guys, is be a mom myself, like a real one. That's why we're fucking this week. Otherwise, it would make no sense.
No sense whatsoever a month and a half into marriage. Or so. That's why we were talking about her doing it on the couch.
Yes.
Or while I'm here, because she's a busy girl.
I'm very busy.
And
Not
we had to
getting
do
paid.
this today.
Yeah.
We say that every episode.
Can't stress enough.
Can't stress enough, but we make it work.
We do make it work. If you are watching the YouTube video of this, we are on my couch in Toronto today because Annie is going to Los Angeles tomorrow, City of Angels, to play like a devil.
We'll see.
What are you doing over there? Tell the folks at home.
Well, it's my sister's 40th birthday on Friday. So that's the reason I'm going, and to visit my nieces and play, frolic, shop.
Ah, yes.
And come home.
You're going to shop for Vegas?
Yeah, shop for Vegas. Shop for my wedding, honestly. Like, I don't have shoes. I don't have jewelry.
I know.
I'm putting a lot on this LA trip to, like, solve all my problems.
And even if it's not, don't worry. I got my shoes, like, the week before.
Yeah.
And they looked great.
Yeah, also, yours you actually are going to see. Like, mine, I'm not going to see, so I'm not really going to put it.
Are you not changing? Do you have an outfit change?
I haven't gotten it yet.
Haven't even thought about it, eh?
I've thought about it.
I haven't even taken 2 seconds to think about it.
I've thought a lot about it, and I've just decided that I'm going to find something in LA.
Okay. But you plan on doing an outfit change. You plan on, like, getting into a comfier little dress and sneakers, perhaps.
I plan on changing, but I'm not, like... It's more like whenever I want to. Like, I'm not like, oh, and now I want to be in this outfit.
That's what I did. I changed way earlier than I thought I was going to because that thing, the thing around my waist, that made it a gown, but it is a gown. Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, at least your dress was still like your dress.
It was still my dress, but yeah, I took everything off so much earlier than I thought. I was like, okay, I must have 100 pictures. Like, this is coming off. Like,
you actually got to try on your dress so much. I've tried on my dress one time.
Yeah.
And then was just like, okay, this is my dress before really any other plans were made. So I'm just kind of picturing like, yeah, sure, I'm going to be wearing this dress, I guess. But I don't remember what it feels like on my body. I don't remember.
Yeah.
In my mind, I want to keep that dress on for as long as possible.
Yes.
Like in my mind, I feel like I'm going to change at like 10:30, 11.
Yeah, that's good.
So I want to find something I really like so that I'm excited for that change. But I'm not going to spend so much money where I feel like, oh no, now I need to do this like whole other look.
Right.
Like it's going to be a comfort Dancing.
Not a look thing.
Yeah.
Like, you'll look good.
Yeah. I want it to be a little bit of a look, but I'm not trying too hard about it. Like, I'm not going to be one of these girls that gets a haircut halfway through. Have you heard of that?
No.
It was kind of a trend. I don't know how many people did it, but it was a thing that I've seen on TikTok.
What?
Where girls like with long hair, they get married like that. And then when they do their change, they
chop their hair off?
a haircut, a bob. Yeah. Which I would never do. But.
I would never do that, but more because what about...
Like, it's such a waste of time.
Such a waste of time because I'm assuming you still want your hair to look good. Like, you're not just chopping it into a bob and fucking running out. Like, what? You're sitting in there for like, what, 45 minutes?
Yeah.
And also...
Well, no, I'm guessing they're not like washing it and blow drying it.
Yeah.
But like also, not everyone's hair can just be cut dry like that. Maybe if you have pin straight hair naturally.
Yeah, which is...
Is that how that works?
I don't know, but that sounds boring if you have a pin straight bob out of nowhere. Like, she's like, oh, good, I married you.
It's definitely cool, but I feel like you could just put your hair in a ponytail or something.
Yeah, honestly, your hair in a ponytail is a really cool look, ladies. I love when Annie puts her hair in a ponytail. Well, that's a bun. But you know I love when you wear a high pony. It's so rare.
Well, I would do that more, but we're not going to get on my ends again.
Oh, no.
My hair can't do it a pony. I'll have to do this so that it.
So you can't see the ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm getting my extensions back in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Can you believe?
The time really...
And I didn't cave. It was the scheduled time.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. So time really just
March
flew.
20th.
Okay.
Oh, it just flew.
Thank God.
And I honestly feel great about my hair. I feel so great about my hair. Well, I wouldn't say so great. However, I want to chop it. Like
How
now
short?
I'm in between. No, it's like if I wasn't getting extensions, I would be like, oh my God, I'm so dying to cut these dead ends off.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. But when you do get your extensions out, are you going to cut your hair?
Yeah, I'm going to cut it to like get the dead ends
Shoulder
off.
length?
Yeah, I guess.
You're
like whatever it
sick
takes.
for that.
I know I can make it through.
Can you believe how often she quotes her own show? Almost daily, guys. Take this behind the scenes. By the way,
weekly.
when our TikTok had its little moment the other day, because we posted a TikTok that got like almost 30,000 views. Wow.
She just told me that.
Yeah, big news. All the comments are like, "Oh my God, is that Annie? Annie from Degrassi? What are you doing here?"
So many people say that.
Like, what do you think she was doing? Just sitting in a fucking time
I don't know what
capsule?
TikTok is. I know someone commented on one of my TikToks being like, oh my God, I've been following you on Instagram for years. I didn't know you were here. I'm like, really? Like, could have guessed.
Okay. Why didn't you just look?
I mean, I guess I am, in her defense, I am kind of newly there, but it's like, it's one thing if I had no social media presence this entire time and then randomly popped up on TikTok, but it's like, I've been around. I was on Twitter, guys.
Yeah. No, you're with it. You're hip. I was never on Twitter. Just kidding. I was, and then I had to delete it because I kept tweeting problematic shit in
Twitter
2009.
is not for you.
Definitely not. I'm scared of myself.
It's like takes away all of the nuanced delivery.
Personality, knowledge that I'm not a racist homophobe. Yeah, it's a tough medium for me. And you know what? I was just thinking there's been like a lot of discourse recently. That's right. I went to university. That there is, and I think people have been talking about this for a while, how like people don't actually ever get canceled. Like cancel culture doesn't actually exist. Like the only person that's been canceled, first of all, everyone gets canceled. If you've been in the media long enough, you're going to get canceled. Like Oprah's getting canceled right now, right?
Oh, for what?
A few things. One of them was how she handled that situation in Maui, how she was like being like, oh, like send all this money to Maui, but she's a billionaire and owns a shit ton of property there and like wasn't offering her property or contributing like as someone that owns property there.
Okay.
And apparently people in Hawaii like don't want you to own there. I don't know. Okay. So someone else fleshed that argument out, but something about that.
Okay.
And then there was another thing. Oh fuck. It was something about her. Oh, now like this is like also like old kind of news, but she would give her platform and like have like problematic people on, mainly men. So there was this, okay, do you know who Monique is?
Yeah.
Okay. Monique had an abusive husband or boyfriend.
Okay.
And Oprah like interviewed him and gave him a platform and stuff. And then apparently there's like a pattern of her doing that like back in the 2000s and 90s.
Letting them say their side.
Yes. But you know what? I knew, like, listen, she's a businesswoman, but you knew what do you fucking think was going on? Like, I'm sorry. I got so fucking canceled when I said that her interview with Meghan Markle was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But I stand by that. Annie's not speaking on it, but I will. That was the most baity, like, inside job interview. Like,
I loved it.
What?
I loved it. I was just wrapped. I was like,
yes, in a way that it was like it was reality TV.
Well, they're friends.
Like when she was like, yeah, I like didn't know what the royal family was.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know who he was. I was a waitress. Like, I don't even know what Britain is. Like,
yeah.
I was just like, wait, like I thought it was like funny.
Yeah. I mean, that is kind of the number one thing that people find annoying about her. But that's so many people play that part, like, and get roasted.
Yeah.
Like Simone Biles' husband.
Yes.
He did that too. He tried to act like he didn't know who Simone Biles was before. Did you know that?
Yes. Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, I never watched gymnastics. And it's funny. It's like, okay,
neither do I.
I don't watch gymnastics. Everyone knows who Simone Biles is.
Yeah.
But also, of course, people went back and found his old tweets and
being
found
like,
that
I love you.
It wasn't about Simone Biles, but he was being like, oh, what's the other girl? Gabby. there's another like big gymnast, and he was commenting on her and being like, he was making comments, like literally tweeting about gymnastics in the Olympics. So people were like, okay, first of all, you have watched this.
Which is funny because like most people like that say they haven't watched gymnastics actually haven't watched gymnastics. Like you will not, I'm telling you right now, I haven't watched gymnastics. You're not going to find tweets, period. But you're not going to find tweets of me being
and
like.
And guess what? I believe you. I'm not like, no, you've never watched gymnastics. But I feel like it is a personality trait to try to downplay like, oh, I don't know this. Even in Love is Blind this season, part of, I'm sure you've heard about that whole Megan Fox thing. Yeah,
and I just want to say on the record right now, she doesn't not look like Megan Fox.
I agree.
Like she looks.
I get that she's been told that in her life. What everyone was having a problem with is that in a show when you're not supposed to know what anyone looks like, she took that opportunity to say, I've been told I look like this. And how it relates to what I was saying before is she's been told that she's looked like Megan Fox like multiple times by people. Fine. But she said, when he said, oh, who's your celebrity look like? She said, oh, is it MGK's wife or girlfriend?
Oh.
And then made him be like, Megan Fox? Like, you look like Megan Fox? And she was like, oh, yeah, I don't see it. It's like, well, then why'd you bring it up? And why'd you say it in
a way to make it seem like.
Yeah. And I saw a funny TikTok where someone was like, I'm sorry, if you've ever been told you look like Megan Fox, you don't forget that name.
You used to be told you looked like Megan Fox.
Yes, and I would never, ever say that.
Oh, well then allow me.
Exactly. That's for you to say and everyone to find out.
Yes.
Yeah, I would never say that because you're only setting yourself up
for setting yourself up for something to be chirped.
Yeah.
Which I guess is exactly what happened with Meghan Markle, because she did set herself up and then I did chirp her. I was like, this can't be true. Like, I just don't believe you.
And I think she just wanted people to know so badly that she wasn't trying to
be royal.
Well,
that was obvious. I think she has more money than him anyway when she was on Suits. Like, Suits right now, for the record, is the most streamed show of 2023.
But it's because of that.
You think?
Yeah. It wasn't that popular before. Although, in Harry's book, apparently Prince William and Kate were like obsessed with Suits, and they were like,
I think it was like a sleeper hit. I don't know if it's because of her. Like, I'm sure she plays a massive part. Yeah, in it being bigger now. But I feel like it's also one of those shows like Entourage that like it's just like a guy's kind of show that just like made a big comeback, and it's like very easy to like passively watch a bunch of episodes.
Yeah, I think people really liked it when it was out, but I feel like it being the most streamed thing is
so I'm sure she made a fucking pretty penny off that if her agent negotiated her.
Yeah, I mean, she probably had more money in the bank than him because all of his money
he had any money in the bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he had money in the taxpayers' pockets.
I think just that personality trait is annoying when people try to go so hard to make you not feel like the chick. Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Wait.
When people go so hard to make you feel like, oh, this isn't what's happening, that it's like, okay, well, now I think that is what's happening.
The doth protest too much.
Yes.
Oh, I want to talk about that. Oh, Annie thinks we can't. Okay, you know what? Why don't we work up to that and see if you feel like talking about that at the end?
Okay.
I will. Anyway, in conclusion,
I think there's a way to talk about it that is,
that is good.
Yes, respectful. We're being too cryptic.
We're being a little cryptic because we have tea, but it's like about someone we know personally. So it's like, or should we say it on the pod? But the answer is absolutely, because this was so crazy. Like, it was a crazy few months with that situation. So it is finally finished. The situation has finished, and now we're going to talk about it, but we'll save that till the end.
Okay.
Pass me my phone so I can read us some questions.
Okay.
And to conclude that about Meghan Markle, I have no doubt she experienced racism in the royal family.
Oh, yeah.
But every time I bring that up, people are like, you can't criticize Meghan Markle. I'm like, I'm not criticizing Meghan Markle. I'm criticizing that interview was weird.
I actually do think people are split 50-50 on Meghan Markle. Like, I think what you're saying, I've heard
the personality trait.
Yeah, I'm on the other end. I like her weirdly, but
it's not weird to like her. I think a lot of people like her.
But I think a lot of people
are just
definitely have those same problems.
Yeah, are just like, ew.
Wait, before we do questions though, I wanted to just say one thing, because you posted a TikTok about that Nara Smith girl. And I was like, oh, we should talk about this on the podcast.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, there's this TikTok influencer named Nara Smith, and she's like a Mormon stay-at-home mom, which I just learned the term trad wife, I guess.
Traditional wife.
Yeah. So she's one of those, which so am I, honestly.
Yeah. Don't talk about my friend Annie like that.
Yeah. Trad wife.
You would never make cereal like that, though.
No, but isn't a trad wife just...
No, well, the trad wife, it's kind of more of like hyperbole.
Okay. It's like a term for like someone like that.
Someone who's like there's wives,
Yeah.
like traditional gender role type wives that fucking want to stay home and cook and clean, which you are, and I probably might be too. And then there's that, which is like a hype, like an insane version of that. Like,
okay.
As in churns butter outside.
Okay,
like,
so you wouldn't say trad wife about someone who's just
a wife? No.
just like being a traditional
wife,
I guess.
No. I think the trad wives on TikTok are people that are like, my kids wanted to color today, so I got right to work and I took an egg carton because we were out of paper, which is crazy. Keep paper in the house. We were out of paper, so I just melted it down and got the pulp and put it in the sun, and then they were able to color in like 5 hours later.
Yeah, I'm never going to do that.
Yeah, I know that.
But
if you did do it, still be friends with you.
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't kick you to the curb.
My thing is just everyone is getting so mad, and that's what you were saying in your TikTok, is that like, why are people hating on this girl so much?
Yeah.
Because she just takes forever to do everything. She wants to do everything like the most natural way possible.
Yeah.
And people and I totally get the argument against. Like, I watched a lot of interesting TikToks being like, this is why people are hating on this, because it's like perpetuating this standard where it's like she's performing labor, but she's not actually. But my whole thing is that is all of TikTok. Like, everyone showing their day is not showing you the parts of the day that suck. So I guess I just don't know why we're pinning all of our hatred for like the highlight reel of social media on this one type of woman. Not even wife. Like, anyone. Like, you could be single and just showing this is my day in a life, and just you're not showing you doing laundry, you're not showing you. There's plenty of people where their day looks so perfect, and like the way they do their makeup is so perfect, and I watch so many of these things where I'm like, oh my god, it does not look like that when I cook, or it does not look like that when I do my makeup. That's why I've never been able to successfully do a get ready with me that I like, because I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't look like that when I put on makeup.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like using my hands, and I have like Kleenex, and I'm sitting on the floor cross-legged. Like, it's not aesthetic.
Yeah.
But
you're not mad at the people that make it look aesthetic.
And when it looks aesthetic, and I'm like watching it.
Better to watch.
Exactly. I like watching it, and I'm not like, there's no way that's how you do your makeup, or why didn't I see you exfoliate your face first before coming here? Like, she's going on there to be like, this is how I've chosen to make cereal for my children, or just for the purpose of a video. We're not talking
about the rest of your day, actually. We're just talking about you making cereal right now.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think honestly it comes down to like how women are shat on so much that when they see what someone trying to be a perfect woman, which I don't even think she's necessarily trying to be a perfect woman. She's just like, this is how I make cereal. Personally, I don't think that's perfect. Like, no, I think that's fucking crazy.
And it probably tastes like shit.
Yeah, and it probably tastes like cardboard. But you know what? Like, go off, queen. Do you.
And there's so many videos where there's like no point. Like, there's plenty of people that order a bunch of stuff from Shein just to do a haul. Like, not even for a vacation they're going on. It's like, oh, I need content. I'm going to order stuff so I can do an outfit video. And definitely people criticize that, but not so loudly, where I'm like, whether she was actually feeding her kids this cereal or not, she just felt like doing a video where she did something stupid like this. Yeah. Like, so much of TikTok is. And people being like, I think what people have a problem with is that she's rich, and she never said she isn't rich. Like, there was one of her videos I saw where she's like, Lucky, that's her husband's name. Lucky.
What?
Oh, you don't know about Lucky Blue Smith? Oh, this is crazy, Sam. I thought you knew this part.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. So she's married to this model named Lucky Blue Smith. And yes. He's gorgeous. But strange, obviously.
Wait, is that his real name?
Yes.
Why? Oh, is he Mormon?
Do you know their kids' names?
No.
Rumble Honey.
Fuck you.
And Slim Easy.
Slim Easy.
Yeah. The girl is Rumble Honey and the boy is Slim Easy.
I mean, Slim Easy hits.
So does Rumble
Honestly,
Honey.
Great names.
So does Lucky Blue.
She's probably like, my name sucks. My name's Nara Smith. And
Yeah.
I've got Rumble Honey, Blue Easy, and Smithy Smith. Whatever their names are.
So he is a model and a Mormon. And he got married to this chick, Stormy Bree, who's now apparently dating Joe Jonas.
Who's Stormy Bree? Like,
She's
is she also a Mormon?
She's also a model. But get this. She was like 26 or 27, and he was 19 when they got married.
Oh.
And they had a kid together.
Oh.
Like immediately.
Okay.
So he has one kid with that chick. And then they got divorced. And then he married Nara, who's like also, I don't know, she's like 22 or something.
She's 22. So is he?
He's also that age.
Okay,
or
so they're
something
kids.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're kids.
Yeah, here
and
we
then
go.
they have
Lucky
two,
Blue
and she
Smith, born in 1998. He's 25.
Okay, yeah. But he was 19 when he was with Stormy Bree.
He was raised by a family in Utah who were members of the Latter-day Saints.
That's Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
Okay, so I don't know how they're so rich because
I've seen her
model,
post like baby names she liked, and they were all crazy, and I thought it was parody when she was like, my kid's name is Rumble Honey and whatever.
No, it's real.
I don't hate honey.
Yeah.
I'd never fucking do it, but I'd also never make that grilled
Rumble is a bit tough.
Yeah, Rumble.
Why not Honey Rumble? How about not Rumble? Anyway, so they have another video where she's like, Lucky took me to the mall today because he felt like I haven't been pampered in a while. And so we went to the mall and he said I could buy everything I wanted. So we went to Bottega Veneta because I've always wanted this bag. It's like a massive Bottega bag. And I couldn't decide between what color. So we decided to take a break. So then I went to Louis Vuitton. I've always wanted the duffel. So he said, you know what? Why don't you just get both? And so then we went. So they're walking around with these huge bags. Oh, and I really need a new computer. So she went and got a MacBook. And it's like, okay, you're just rich. Like, I'm watching these videos being like, oh, crazy life you have. But I'm not mad. Like, there's so many rich people on TikTok where I don't live like that. And it's
rich.
Like housewives, things I watch, it's not their fault that society sucks.
Yeah.
I guess is my point.
I think there's some rich people that are directly responsible for society sucking.
And I
but
don't think it's Lucky Blue Smith.
Oh, she's thinking she doesn't know what she wants
I was just going to say, like, Mormonism, I'm not a fan, but...
Is it, like, sexist?
Mormonism?
Yeah.
I guess
like,
there's
why not be a fan of
spectrum.
that over other religions?
I mean, I'm not a fan of most religions.
Me either,
but definitely not ones that are, like,
Does she
very
have to wear, like,
homophobic.
floor-length dresses?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Me knowing fucking nothing about Mormonism.
No, but, like, I'm not into, like... homophobia.
Oh,
and
you're not into that?
Racism.
True.
Personally.
Wow.
So
progressive queen.
So, you know, obviously I guess there's some Mormons out there that are like, oh, I don't.
There's gotta be one good
for
Mormon.
Sure. There are. And I mean,
not all Mormons.
There definitely are. That's why I took that big pause. Because I was
see.
like, they're not necessarily what's wrong. And then I was like, well, if they are homophobic,
on the
then I'm
whole,
not
I
into
think
that.
a lot of issues, like socialist issues, come down to being fought by religious people. I think religion is a huge problem.
Yeah.
That's just me. And hey,
and hey, don't say anything in return.
Don't say anything else. But I was just going to say, I don't even not believe in God. I just don't believe in organized religion.
Yeah, especially organized religion that's like...
I just think if God could hang, he would not give a fuck
down.
about any of this shit. He'd be like, are you serious?
I did not mean that in the Bible, guys.
I could not care less about abortion. I'm sorry. I really don't give a fuck. Like, I'm God. I've got other shit going on.
He definitely would be
or she
pro-choice. Yeah, or
Annie.
she. I don't believe in either one, so I don't give a fuck. This is all complete pretend to me. But respect.
Respect.
I respect you and all those crosses on the wall.
Oh, those aren't there for God. Those are there for aesthetic.
Yeah, okay.
I don't actually believe in God.
Yes, you do, and that's okay.
No. I don't actually believe in God, I don't think.
I thought it was like, I thought famously you did.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I don't think I famously
I thought you prayed.
do.
But just not necessarily.
Yeah, no,
to God.
I pray all the time.
Okay.
But
I'm going on a plane tomorrow, so I'm going to be
pray
praying.
for you.
I'm going to be praying to something.
I'll pray for you, Queen.
Yeah.
But it's never like, it's
actually,
not,
yeah, God.
God?
I was kidding before. I was so kidding. It's opposite day. And also on March 12th, which is my flight home.
He, capital H, would know if it was opposite day, for he created.
You think he created opposite day?
Yeah.
It's not an Instagram holiday. Actually, no. Opposite day was probably
opposite day is from way before Instagram,
yeah,
honey.
That's true.
Opposite day is like, what is it? Opposite day? Like, that's the OG chirp.
Yeah. Or like, yeah. Or saying
like a woman in the office. What
I
is
love
it?
you. Opposite day.
Holy shit.
That was just an example
Random example you made up?
Yeah.
Oh, good. We'll tell that story one day too. Different thing. But no, I don't famously believe in God. I think God could exist. I think like, and not God like
that's
we
think. That's a great
think.
way to be.
Like not God like man in the sky, but like, you know, like energy something.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think I'm on that wavelength.
God could be anything. Like God could be the universe. Like I'm not like,
yeah.
oh, big dude, one man, omniscient man. Don't think that.
Do you think we were created by a thing or by
fluke, by random?
By like evolution?
I definitely think we were created by evolution.
Okay,
but I
thought I knew that about you, but I was about to learn something wild. If not,
like evolution exists.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
Like,
how have we not broached this subject?
Wow,
yes,
that really, really damaged our friendship and also my rep. No, man, I know about evolution. I fuck with evolution. But actually, this was interesting a while ago. And again, I'm not religious in this way. Like I'm not Catholic, but the Pope, the new hip Pope, recently made some argument. Like he's like, yeah, evolution happened. Like get over it. Like the Pope is like,
love
evolution
that. Get
happened.
over it, guys.
Yeah, he's like, okay, so God created the world in 7 days. And if you want to still believe that, then just know that evolution, the time relativity of evolution took 7 days in God days.
Oh,
and it
God
happened
days.
In God days. And on the 7th day, humans were there. But it took 7 days to make humans. And in those 7 days, evolution happened. So the Pope's like, let's just work this.
Yeah.
Like, work with me, people. Like,
I want everyone to get along.
it's kind of like an Interstellar when you go to a planet and then like that planet you're there for like 1 second, but it's like 10 years on Earth.
Oh,
that's
cool.
basically what it was like for God when he created evolution.
That's not how I would spin it if I were Pope. If I were Pope, I would say that evolution took us so far, like took us to where we were like almost human, like 99% human. And I don't believe this for the record. This is just if I were Pope.
If
okay?
you were Pope, yeah.
And then I would say, and God gave us that little something special. Because you know how we're more special than other animals. And I love other animals.
Special, by special you mean we have like self-awareness and intelligence beyond just hunting and gathering.
Yeah, we write books. We
do.
We make shows.
We're making a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you think this podcast is possible? And if you don't say God, something's fucking wrong with you.
A little special touch from God.
Yeah.
That took us from being animal to making a podcast.
Sorry, a little special touch from God took us from being...
I think if I were religious, I would want to be like, okay, so there was a little special touch from God.
Yeah, of course.
But evolution took
Nothing
us
weird.
to like, literally we looked the exact same, but God gave us that little oomph.
Okay, so what was going on in evolution if you're Pope? Like, then what was God doing while we were just doing evolution? Like, what was he doing? Twiddling his... What was he... Like, making trees?
He made those things. He made the organisms that began.
The organisms that began. Before
Actually, no, I don't
impossible.
believe this.
Hole in this
I
theory.
don't believe this.
That's why you're not Pope.
It's
That's
science.
why Pope actually did a good job.
That's why, yeah.
Yeah, so bless the Pope.
No, that's true. God made it in 7 days, yeah.
And God, yeah, just fucking go with that. Because otherwise, if you say, like, what was he doing while we were evolving... It's like he's making the organisms, but we're actually from like, I think like we're like from fish.
Yeah, big time.
So What, he made fish after we evolved?
No,
Impossible.
he would have made fish first.
You know what? I think what makes the most sense is he just made fish and he said, let's see where this goes. And then look where it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, what a treat.
And that's crazy. But no, in terms of like the conception of the universe, do I think that we were put here, or do I think it was random?
So wait, the 7-day thing is God did make fish in 7 days.
God
made everything.
He made everything. Well, Adam and Eve were there by the 7th day, I think. I just made this up, guys. I've never read the Bible. But like Adam and Eve were there. They were there at some point.
Yeah.
And someone can write in and let us know when Adam and Eve got on the scene with that serpent and that apple.
That part I know. Okay, well, why don't we put that topic to bed, since we don't know absolutely anything.
Okay.
We've already covered race and religion.
Yeah, that was a fuck up.
So what else should we talk about?
I don't know. Maybe we should answer some fucking questions so these poor people that write in can get their money's worth.
Did I even make my trad wife point? Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Well, you know, we can talk about this again next episode.
Oh, great.
I wouldn't mind. You know what?
Serious.
We didn't. You know what? Next episode, we can talk about if we think we're in a simulation.
Okay.
All right. No thoughts right now.
Oh, I was about to tell you.
No, don't tell me.
Okay.
But we might be. Okay. Friendship advice, female, 27, USA. Thank you for giving us the age, sex, and location. Love that.
Jinx.
Hey, Annie and Sam, I love your podcast so much. I grew up watching Degrassi, and Fiona was my fave character, so I'm a big fan. And Sam, I just love how real and funny you are on TikTok. You both truly bring a lot of sunshine into my life, and we all know how amazing it is what a little sun can do.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, this girl. Okay, this girl. I'm reading this for the first time, if you can't tell. I know how Sam just recently got married and Annie's wedding is coming up, so I'm really wanting advice on how you both find the time to make meaningful friendships or even put yourself out there to make friends while being in a serious romantic relationship. For some context, I got married pretty young at 21 and made it very much a goal to continue to put effort into nurturing my friendships, and I did that for many years. However, it all changed when my friends eventually got married themselves, and unlike me, who is infertile, had babies real soon. It seems like after they had their babies, I stopped being invited to things, and when I would ask why, okay, I'm already pissed at your friends. Mm-hmm. And when I would ask why, they would mention how they would feel bad having me see them with children when I couldn't have my own, even though I had always wanted to be a mother. I made it clear that I still wanted to hang out with them, whether their schedule allowed for it, and that it actually made me so happy to see them with their own children. I would even visit and help my friends out with their kids, as I had worked as a nanny for a while and was studying early childhood education.
Oh my God.
I still wanted to be a part of their lives, and them having kids didn't change the fact that they were my friends and I cared for them dearly. Unfortunately, it seemed like over time, I ended up being the one friend they would ask to babysit for them while they would go out with their other parent friends. Wow, you can't win. God. I always ended up being the one to reach out and never the one who was reached out to. Now I understand life as a parent is a whole other ballgame, and time for friends and fun is not a priority. I disagree.
Yeah.
I was more hurt that I was excluded out of our friend group of 6 gals for being the one who would never understand their lives because I would never be a parent. Their own words. Are these women the devils?
Yeah, you just need to find new
she
friends,
has
which
2 more
I guess is
paragraphs.
what she's asking. Okay.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Now that I'm wanting to move on from that experience and form new friendships, I find myself having anxiety about socializing, which I had never experienced before. I do have 2 sisters who I'm really close to, speak with every day, but we all live in states far away from one another, so we don't see each other as often as I wish we could. Any tips on putting yourself out there and finding nice couple friends or even just girlfriends without having this fear of rejection? Thank you so much in advance, and I'm sorry for sending such a long message. I wish you both the best of luck in your marriages, and may you both always remember just how much light and joy you bring into this world. Wow.
That's so nice.
Thank you, unnamed stranger. Okay, well, I'm glad. Okay, first of all, I'm glad you got to the conclusion that these people are not for you.
Yeah.
Because that is insane.
Can you imagine?
No, obviously not. We're in a group of 6 girls, like our close girlfriends, the pigs, who you've heard us talk about, and not all of us want to have kids. It would never cross my mind that the ones that don't want to have kids are going to chill, and then the ones that do have kids are going to chill. I get common interests.
Or it's been such fun times, over the last few years. It sucks that that's going to change when we have kids. Insane. Sucks that we won't be friends anymore.
Yeah, that is so insane. Also how, contradictory to be oh my God, we feel so bad for you because you can't have kids, so let's take away all your friends too, and if you do reach out, you can watch our fucking kids while we continue on with our lives.
Yeah, that is so insane, and especially since you clearly have a passion for children.
ECE.
So it's not even you are around children in your life, and your friends should know that that's still something you enjoy.
Okay, your
so
friends
why
should
would
know
they
that
take away
friends are still something you enjoy.
Yes.
Like, what? Oh, you can't chill with us. We're going on a parents and they actually had the balls to say to you, you'll never understand our lives because you'll never have children, and you can't have. That's like actual evil. I think that's like evil people.
Yeah.
Ew. Disgusted by your friends.
And I feel like there are a lot of people who don't have children that can be like even better aunts.
Amazing
too. Like,
aunts.
and so the fact that your friends can't see that you would actually want to have that relationship with their kids, and they're just really not allowing it.
Oh yeah, my dad's sister, my aunt Marlene, she never had children. She like did everything with me as a kid. She would like bring me to the cottage. She would do everything with me. Like, she was like a riot. And like being an aunt is such a clutch position because they don't hate you.
I know. And you can like all of that love to give a child can like it has somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Like you can have all of that love and energy for like all of your friends' kids because you're not so fucking annoyed and exhausted by your own.
Yeah. Also, like, I'm sure this person has gone through all these things, but like, of course you could adopt.
Well, that's which I don't know what your choices are on that, but the fact that the friends are like,
You'll never get it.
Yeah, you'll never get it, or we don't want you to feel bad, so we're not inviting you. It's like, feel bad. I could, like you could have made the decision to adopt or whatever.
Yeah.
There's other
like if
choices,
I adopt a
so
kid, I
it's
can
like,
fucking show up to the party. Like, I just need to get one of those.
Yeah. And even if you don't, but it's like, then it's a choice at that point, which is fine if that's your choice. But then your friends don't need to be like, oh, we don't want to rub it in your face. It's like, well, no, I chose that this isn't
like being
my
infertile
path.
does not mean you can't be a mother. So like the fact that they're saying that is wild.
So wild.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm glad, that you've gotten
fuck
to the
them.
point of getting new friends.
In short, disgusting behavior on their part. I'd say, sorry if you hear that. That's my ice machine that Annie got me as a wedding gift because I like the coldest water.
I feel like it's
doing its
going.
best. Yeah, because then it melts and then it makes new cubes. It's a little cyclical machine.
Works.
Yes, a beautiful cyclical machine. In terms of making new friends, I don't know if you listened to our last episode. We had someone ask how to make new friends, like in a different state, or like how to start over or whatever. And we were saying, okay, two things. My advice was get a restaurant job. I understand that you might have a fucking job and not want to do that. But the other advice was just like literally activities. Yeah. Like the amount of ways people meet in activities, like get into something that like gives you purpose that you enjoy. Like one of my friends just started getting really into rock climbing. Did I say this last time? Yeah.
But
Still
stands.
Our other two friends, I also said this last time, joined a gym, and like their whole social life for, remember when they were Sully's Boxing, shouts out if that still exists. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. And they like joined this random boxing thing, and they just like their whole social life was that.
Yeah.
Like, and any activity, like you can like, like it doesn't have to be active if that's not your thing. It sure as hell isn't mine. But like our other friend did a pottery class and like, workout classes.
Yeah.
Random, like those things are built to like especially
foster
at like
community.
Foster community, exactly. Like people that go to those are outgoing people, or like people that go to like a paint night, or you and your husband go to like one of those like date paint nights where you buy tickets to like an event or something like that, and you go and then you talk to other couples or whatever. Like just put yourself out there, like put yourself in positions like that, and then put yourself out there when you're in those positions and just talk to people and be like, yeah, like I love to paint.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely lead with that. And also there are going to be normal moms that are also there with their friends. Like it's not even just like, oh, that's how you meet other people who don't have kids. Like you're also going to meet friends who might have kids but are normal and can go with another friend or their husband to a paint night without their kid and
well, I think this is why she was asking us this, because she says we both just got married, or like you're getting married soon, and like how do you both find time to make meaningful friendships or even put yourself out there while being in a serious romantic relationship? I think you've been hanging out with women who make you think that's not a thing. Yeah. Like that question has quite literally never crossed my mind. Like, how am I going to make time for my friends? But
I also... Does she mean how do you make time for your existing friends or to meet new ones? Because what we also said last week is we have the luxury of kind of getting a whole new friend group with our husbands. Mm-hmm. So I haven't felt the need yet to like make new friends because I feel like I got a whole bunch of new friends.
Yes. But in saying that, there's no like need to make new friends, but then sometimes you just do like when I went on TikTok, like doing new things is the biggest way to make new friends, truthfully.
Literally.
Like period. I made a bunch of period. That's on period. When I got on TikTok, like I started like, I don't know, just I made a bunch of internet friends randomly. Like maybe you could talk about this on TikTok. That's an idea if you're the kind of person that's into that. Like put this whole journey on TikTok and explain your.
I feel like it would go off. People would be so mad at your friends.
Oh my god! And you're in the States, babe. Do you know how much money you'd make if you did a tell-all? Like this is such. This woman sounds so nice. It's probably like not the advice she wants, but this is the advice she's getting. Like if you did like a tell-all about like your relationship, like a story time, like in a few parts about like how you found out you couldn't have kids, how you've always wanted to be a mom, how you're an early childhood educator, and then like explained like the instances with your friends, you would blow the fuck
because so many people would be in the comments giving their opinion
and
on that.
So many people in the comments will be in the same situation as you. Well, hopefully not that many, but like
or
in terms
will be
of
like
shitty friends. But
are you crazy? I'm a mom of 3.
I'm always looking for new friends.
Yeah,
like there's moms
I love to go out with my non-mom friends.
Okay, yeah. That is true. And also I just think there's also like a lot of moms who feel like they lose their identity or feel like they don't actually lose their identity, but feel like they're perceived differently because they have kids and like no one wants to go out with them. Like I feel like moms are dying to go out too. So
yeah,
I don't know. Like I just think you have to find a way to put yourself out there.
That's so rude. The girls asking you to babysit.
Honestly, those girls make me sick. And if you don't do a tell-all, I will. But I need your IP address so I can make money off it and then send the money to you.
But like asking your friend without kids to babysit because it's like what, they have nothing better to do?
Yeah, loser. You're not hanging out with us and offensive. You don't have a child. Like so rude. Like actually I think that's the meanest thing I've heard in a while.
Yeah. Especially because it's like if anything, it should be another mom because it's like she's just home with her kid anyway, might as well throw another kid in the mix and so I can go out. Like why are you messing with
a single woman's life?
Yeah, not even single.
You're not single.
Yeah.
But still. Yeah, I would say if you have, honestly, social media is a great way. I didn't say this last time, but social media is a great way to get a community going. And like if you have the balls to do it, I would do it because if you talk about that, there's so many women that would relate to you and you'd make a shit ton of money. Like that Risa Tisa chick, she made like 80 grand.
Yeah, I saw she just got signed by CAA.
Honey.
But I need to know, I know literally nothing about her, so I'd like you to tell me, but it doesn't have to be now.
Okay. I will tell you after.
Because I don't know that I feel like doing a deep dive. Do you think it's worth it? Or do you think it'd be nice for your friend to just tell you?
I think it might be nice for your friend to just tell you.
Although
that's
our favorite kind.
The deep dive is kind of fun. Like it's something to do. The biggest thing about that, why it was sick, is because like it was just on in the background. Like while I was working out, she was just like talking about her husband and like, whatever.
Just like a crazy story.
It's just a crazy story. Yeah. Okay. It's an insane story. And the media, she basically, I think why it blew up so much is because she like used it to like, she made such a cool like reality show that was just so easy to tune in and out of on your phone.
I like that.
Yeah, she did it right. So it makes sense CAA signed her.
Okay.
All right. Question number 2. This one is bad penis ... hair ?
Okay.
Hello, girls. I'm in a pickle. My lovely soon-to-be husband seems to love being bare down there, and I'm afraid I prefer a forest to explore.
I know who this is.
I was just going to say, I feel like this has to be who I'm thinking. Okay, look at me. Yeah. Of course. Okay, girl, I'm not going to call you out by name, but you always say hello, girls, to us.
That's how you knew who it was?
Yes, hello, girls.
I knew it was a forest to explore.
I love
just
him.
Just because we've talked about this before.
Yeah, and also this is so how
and
she
because
types.
We were with her on the weekend and she was like, I'm writing into your podcast right now. And I said, oh, are you putting your name? And she said, no,
she
I don't want you guys to know who it is.
Penis with an X, penix at gmail.com.
It's a good question though.
Okay. I love him.
If it is what I'm thinking.
This has to be her. This is her. Like as soon as I started reading it, I was like, I'm not going to call her out, but then you did. My lovely soon-to-be husband seems to love being bare down there, and I'm afraid I prefer a forest to explore. She's so dumb. I love
She's not lying though. This isn't a joke.
What?
This isn't a joke.
Wait, this is real?
Yes. Well, elements are real. I think.
love him and his penis is great, but I can't get over the bare-skinned look. I like a manly man. But how can I control his body? Help.
Control his body.
Like, how can I tell him what to do with his body?
Oh, yeah.
How can I tell him, like, grow pubes? Like, if Joe, like, remember when Joe told me to grow a landing strip? He didn't tell me to. He wasn't like, grow a landing strip, bitch. Or no, but he was like, I like landing strips. I'm like, you got it, boss. And then I did it and was like, what the fuck is this? Couldn't even look at it. It lasted one day. He was like, cool landing strip. And I was like, deuces to this landing strip. Hope you enjoyed it for the 1 second I had it.
Yeah, I was going to say
you
also,
can suggest things to do with someone's body. You can suggest someone.
Yeah, by just being like, oh, I really like this. I think it's hot when this.
I know, but maybe he likes it bare down there for a reason. Maybe his jeans rub against it.
Yeah, I mean.
Maybe he wears no boxers and only jeans, if I'm thinking of this person.
Oh,
I don't know if he does
far. You're going too far.
I don't know if he does that. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. You might have to. I mean, I think you can only suggest. I think it's way better to want it this way than the other way, because it's like annoying to tell someone to shave all the time. Yeah, that's like something they have to do.
Okay, but like a forest to explore is different. Like, do you mean you just want a little bit of stubble? If you want a forest to explore, you want a bush on this man. Do you know this to be fact?
Fact.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's not giving away too much. I just want to know, like, is this fact?
Yeah, I think not like unruly, but definitely it's not stubble. It's not stubble.
Okay.
And honestly, stubble is
I don't love stubble. I don't love stubble either.
Yeah.
I like something. I like something there for
not
sure.
Not a forest to explore.
A forest to explore.
And not scratchy.
Yeah, scratchy because you like going on top. Why did I say that?
Don't we all?
No.
Oh.
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Oh, yeah. I knew that about you.
I like going on all fours and facing the wall.
Or folding like a banquet napkin.
Or folding like a banquet napkin on my back. So cute. I'm a little banquet napkin. Anyway, okay, so to answer this question.
Well, do you think a guy can... like,
tell
how
us
do you
what to do?
Yeah.
No, but I think we just do it anyway. Like, when we were like teenagers and we heard that guys liked bare pussies, we were all out getting Brazilians. And it, like, who knows if that's what we like because we like it that way. Or if they told us that and now it's like we can't see that. Like, who, like, it's not like I one day was like, this should be bare when I was a fucking child.
No.
It's like I learned that, and then when Joe wanted a landing strip, like, maybe if I wasn't conditioned to think that men liked bare, I wouldn't also like it bare now.
Yeah.
So are men allowed to tell us what to do? No. I think systemically they just have, and it's leaked through our subconscious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they are allowed in the sense that you have to follow it, but I do think maybe there's something to be said for taking into account what your partner
100%
prefers, especially since it's like a part of your body that's
for them.
Yeah, kind of like, and
we share that part.
Yeah, sort of. So it's like, there's a suggestion box. Let me know.
There should definitely be room for suggestion. Absolutely. Yeah. And you should definitely be able to say that. So if this chick hasn't said that at all, then yeah, of course you can say that.
Yeah.
But if you've said it and he's like, no, because A, B, and C, what are you going to do? Fucking put a gun to the guy's head? I also feel like
with men, it's way easier to just say, like, as a woman,
they just do whatever we want.
Yeah, I would just be like, don't shave that. You know? And I feel like you'd just be like, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like with a woman, maybe you have, with something like that, you have to be a little bit more tactful. Mm-hmm. But I don't know why you wouldn't be able to just say, like, oh, what if you didn't shave it?
Oh, yeah.
What would that be like? And he might be like, oh, well, I hate it because of this. And exactly, then you have your answer.
Yeah.
Or...
I mean, that's how I got Joe to grow his hair.
Or he's like, oh, I never thought about it. I thought you liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Joe grew his hair because I was just like, don't cut it. Like, it looks good. And then he just never cut it. But you might be not catching his pubic mound on a day. Like, you might not catch it quick enough. You know what I mean? If he shaves it every day, which would be insane. I hope he does it because what?
Yeah, then
but
he's really committed, I think.
Yeah, but if it's like he's always shaving it, like every time he's in the shower, he kind of goes over it, and there's no point where you can catch it kind of growing and say, hey, leave it. Then maybe
I'm sure at one point when you're having sex or after or something, you could say it before his next shower. Hopefully you catch him at some point between showers.
Yes, but if maybe
it will take some time.
Maybe it's never long enough, I'm saying. Maybe it's never long enough
to say, hey, I like this.
Yes.
Right, but you could say, hey, I don't like the scratchy, or I don't like... Or what would happen? I would love to see this with a little hair. Like, you could say it without having to point to an actual example.
Totally. Joe said that to me, and the next day, he had a landing strip in his face.
Oh, it grew that fast?
Well, no, I think I was just, like, not shaved, and then he was like, I want to see a landing strip, and I was like, well, lucky for you.
Now you saw it. Now you don't.
Now you see it. I might do it again as a surprise.
What a cute... little preference. I have never done that in my life.
Oh, neither have I until like literally a month ago. And it was actually horrific. Not for everyone, but it was horrific on me.
What about a shape?
What kind of shape? Like a fucking dildo? A heart? Yeah. Playboy bunny?
Yeah, not a dildo shape.
Okay, also the landing strip was hard enough to do.
Yeah.
It was like actually so hard. Every time I shaved, one side got like skinnier than the other, and I had to keep like going back and forth until there was almost no landing strip.
I also feel like a landing strip is something that has to be so precise for it to look good.
I honestly think I should have waxed.
Yeah, I think that...
Like the shaving was really... But that's why people have precision shavers for their pussy.
Yeah.
And I don't, because I usually just shave it all off. Like
no precision needed.
No precision needed for that. Anyway, I hope we helped this crazy person. Okay, last question of the day, because then Annie needs to go buy bagels and I need to bring up something about that crazy chick.
Okay.
All right.
But please write in for next week.
Oh, yeah, write in for next week.
We're going to record an episode when I get back from LA.
Yes.
So write in your questions.
Yes, please do. All right, this is from a girl named... I'm kidding. I'm not going to say your name, even though you put the whole thing in the Gmail. Why do I love my exes? Hi, Sam and Annie. I think we're going to have a lot to say about this, actually. Oh my God, this is the best collab ever. Love Degrassi and Sam. I look forward to every Thursday so much. Basically, I feel I am a positive, happy person, but I hate that I can't stay mad at anyone. I will break up with my exes for valid reasons and have lists of reasons why I don't like them, and I'll miss them so much. Not so much miss, but I will just think of them so positively, even if they sucked. Okay, you're discussing rose-colored glasses, and we will break this down. It just sucks because since I can't stay mad at anyone, I will always be down to hook up with them after the breakup. I don't know now. Why are you laughing? Do you know who this is? Oh, it's because it's you. I don't know now that I'm writing this. It seems like such a stupid problem. No, this is so relatable. It's insane. I just want to be able to be angry at an ex because they don't deserve my good juju. Sorry if this message is not cohesive. It's very late. Maybe I'll rewrite in the morning. Thank you for your service. I hope you start getting paid for this. Us too, sweetie. Okay, Annie, we'll start with this.
That was very cohesive.
That was extremely cohesive and so relatable.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah, like I think everybody can.
Yeah, I have a real problem in general with not being liked. I've haven't come across it much. And that's my problem. No, right. But so
it shocks you when it happens.
It shocks me and it's really, really bothers me.
Yeah.
I can't just sit with that, really. Mm-hmm. I can't make peace with the fact that someone is out there just hating
not liking
me.
You.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I am someone who is friends with has become friends with my exes after the fact. Mm-hmm. I'm not presently friends with.
Yeah, just because time went by and we don't talk to those
people.
You
don't have to keep that up. But after every single one of my breakups, I've been friends with
it's true
that ex.
It's true.
Because of that reason. I need everything to be amicable with a little bow. Mm-hmm. I need it to not be final.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess I would also there's definitely things that we have hated about certain exes and talked about. I feel like there's certain things that they've done that I can say is objectively bad, but I would still be friends with them or be nice to their face.
Be nice to their face.
Shit.
Yes. So being nice to their face is one thing. Hooking up with them is something else. If they were actually mean to you. And I feel like I have more experience in this because my exes were actually evil. None of your exes are.
My hookups with exes actually I was very in control, I feel like, of that
That's
scenario.
it. Well, first of all, you dumped basically everybody.
Yeah. I've only been dumped once, but that's true. And so every time I've gone back, I felt like they're in the situation where they're like, oh no, I went back to my ex.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Surprise. Yeah.
But so you can talk more to the going back in the rose-colored glasses. I can speak more to the not wanting, like the people pleasing, not being okay with not being friends with everyone.
Yes.
And just having everyone to have to like, just to like everyone and have everyone like me back so that there's no bad blood.
Yes. Even if they do something wrong.
Yeah.
Right. See, okay, I don't have that, but I do have the thing where if I miss someone enough or think about them enough, I'll just not care how mean they were and fuck them anyway, or do whatever, or literally do whatever, like just hang out, be friends. And some people just truly don't deserve your friendship. So the last time I broke up with one of my exes, my cousin was telling me, like, because if I'd see him, or like we worked near each other, if I'd see him, like I would always just forget. I'd be so excited to see him because I missed him and like whatever. And my cousin said to me, like, okay, every time you want to reach out to him or you want to do something with him, call me instead. It's my cousin Kaylee. So anyway, I just tried that. Like I didn't think it was going to stick. I thought eventually, like, you know, but the more I started thinking about it, the more I was just like, she was basically saying, like, talk to someone that likes you instead.
Right.
Or talk to someone that's nice to you instead. Yeah. And then, like, literally one day it got to a point where, like, I just was so sick of, like, this ongoing pattern. And it was it wasn't even really his fault. It was mostly my fault because I was the one that kept, like, being down to, like, hang out or go back or whatever, even though he was, like, so mean to me. Like, so mean to me. And I remember one day, like, after, like, calling my cousin a few times, I just, like, he called me and I didn't pick up the phone, and then I called him back and he didn't pick up the phone, and we never spoke again. We literally never spoke again.
Wild.
Yeah. I've never talked to him since. And it was such like and it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't like, and that was it. And I knew it in that moment. But like every day that I started thinking, like, just getting angrier instead of being like complacent with it, like, because I'm like that too. I don't really care about a lot of things after a while. It's like, you hurt my feelings last year, like, I don't really care. But then it just came down to a point of like, who deserves to fucking chill with you? Like, literally, you're cool. Like, why are you hanging out with someone that's like a dodo bird? Like,
especially when dumping you is like their ideal situation in most breakups. But she dumped them,
I think.
Okay, well, whatever. Their ideal situation in most scenarios would be to get your friendship anyway, like get all those parts of you.
Be an asshole and get away with it.
Yeah.
That's every man's dream.
Yeah, exactly. And like still have your attention and your friendship and a listening ear.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you just don't give them that, then they don't get anything.
They don't get anything, and they don't deserve anything from you. It's kind of like, I used to understand this idea that she might be talking about that's like, well, who cares if I don't care and he doesn't care and we're not getting back together and like I'm not mad anymore, then why can't we just fuck? And the answer is, well, why are you writing in then? Because like you have a problem with it. Like, you know he doesn't deserve to do that, and you know that it's a cycle. And then if that bothers you enough that you're asking for help with it, then you should just say, well, it does bother me actually, and it does matter, and he doesn't deserve to fuck me. And the valid reasons I broke up with him for, like, all the energy I spent giving this bozo attention, I could be spending doing literally anything else or anyone else.
Yeah.
So do that.
I think also if a guy's been an asshole to you, and I'm guessing maybe some like gaslighting, I only say that because it's like, or some version of that, because I feel like, and we've both been in this situation where you get in this cycle of discounting your own feeling. Like, you get mad at them about something valid, and then they try to convince you that was ridiculous to get mad at. Yeah. And so you start second guessing if you're blowing things out of proportion, or you're, like, they're not really being an asshole because you started it or whatever. And that feeling stays after the breakup. Like, you dump them, but you still have that same cycle of like, oh my God, that was so irrational for me to dump them over that. Like,
Yes, the neural pathways have been created.
Yes, and I've had that with one boyfriend, and I could
know
see
which one. Let's call him out. Kidding.
Nope, I've already had to edit his name out of one episode. And I think I had to beep another time you said it, so let's stop saying it. But it was so different the way my brain handled that breakup versus, and I broke up with him.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the other times.
But you've spent so long getting told that, like, or making.
And it was like, my hands were tied. Like, it was a, I didn't want to break up with him situation. Yeah. It's just like, I literally can't keep doing this. Mm-hmm. But yeah, exactly. It was, my brain after that was being like, oh my God, that was so rash. That was so extra of you to even, oh no, it's going to be too identifiable. But even the reason we broke up, the reason, the nail in the coffin of why we broke up, I couldn't even do it that day when I was mad. I had to do it a week later over the phone because that's how unsure I was of
if you were overreacting.
Of if I was overreacting or if I, like, was he really being an asshole? And I was nice to him for a fucking week.
Oh, I remember.
After the thing, until I got up the courage to break up with him. Like, that is not good. Yeah. That means, like, so it's more like your way of thinking you need to recognize. It's not about actually what they did and going over, like, was this bad on the scale? Okay, it wasn't as bad as this other thing. It's like,
no, that's just all
the thinking. And I
irrelevant.
Literally had to learn, and this is why this breakup took me a lot longer than others, because it was so about me, and I needed to be okay with him thinking I was fucking crazy.
Right.
Like,
because he kept telling you that.
Yeah, he made me feel like it was insane that I was dumping him. Yeah. And that even after he treated me like that. Yeah. And I had to just be okay with him thinking I'm insane.
Do you know, I thought I saw him the other day, but I didn't. I was just at work and I thought I saw him, and then I thought, like, what would I do if I saw that guy? Because it's like, who cares? But I also feel like I'd have to throw at least one jab.
Or just, like, talk normally because I would want to get info.
Oh, true. Yeah, maybe, okay. That's what I would do then. That's what I would do. I would get intel.
Yeah. Because really, I don't, and maybe this is contradicting my voice. It's like, my advice. Because really, at the end of the day, now, if I saw him on the street, I'd be like, hey, what's up? Because it actually has been enough time. Yeah. But I think that's a different than being nice. Like, that is different than being nice and being like, okay, truly there is nothing. Yeah. Like, I am so indifferent now at this point that I could see you and I wouldn't be like, fuck you, because I don't feel that way. Like,
I couldn't care less.
I feel nothing about you. So I would, if I saw him on the street, that would be jokes. And I would be normal. So I don't know, but I think there's a difference.
This is irrelevant. What you're saying is so much later. Yeah. She's talking about, like, when you're still in it and the on and off again kind of, like, phase.
That's when you have to be okay with being, like, mean in his eyes if you think, like, because I'm not sure if I'm reading this right, but I feel like that's maybe what you're worried about. You want to seem cool and chill, and you're second guessing yourself, and you broke up with him for a reason. Stick by that and be okay with someone thinking you're nuts. They're gonna
men feel like that when they don't get what they want. They're like, you're crazy.
And they're gonna get it eventually, or they never will, and who cares? That's weird.
Or they don't actually think that, and they're just reacting because they're not getting something they want. Yeah. If that's even happening. But wow, thank God there's two of us, because I did not see it that way at all.
What did you see it?
That didn't even cross my mind, the fact that she might not be okay with, like, being on bad terms with someone. I just thought that it was like the thing where you break up with someone and then you miss them and you think about them, so everything they did becomes rose-colored. You only think about the good times.
Well, your brain, weirdly, it's so annoyingly. Your brain is like,
okay, this is why evolution might not be real, actually. Because, like, why do brains do that?
Why would God do that?
Why would God do that? Well, why would God do that?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, but why would God,
That's not a little special something.
That's not a little special something.
That makes me think evolution is real, because think of the random shit, like being an animal, like you have to deal with some annoying things, annoying thoughts.
I know what animals have to deal with, some annoying thought. Yeah, like my dog, when the fire alarm goes off. Yes. Her thoughts haunt
anxiety.
Her. She thinks she's going to die. Yeah. So.
But I was going to say, brain likes to play tricks on you sometimes, which is really annoying. We do need to recognize. And Sam and I have this thing called brain. And will say like, oh, Brain was saying this, but then other brain came in and said, hey, we don't talk to ourselves that way, or something.
No negative self-talk is what one brain will say, but other brain sometimes will be like,
you're so ugly.
Aren't you a fat choke?
Yeah. But Brain sometimes likes to be like, okay, and we broke up with him for this reason and whatever.
Yes.
And then, Brain likes to go, oh, but remember the time he took you to Brickworks? And then other Brain has to go, honey, that was one time.
You went for a walk at a public park. You have to stop telling your friends about the time he took you to Brickworks. This is autobiographical if that wasn't clear.
Especially since the 1,099 other times he was throwing phones at you and telling you your shit and dissecting your past relationships and make you feel bad for things before you even met him. Like, you know, you like to cling to these moments, and
he
like,
just read me to Phil.
It's so true, and it happens to all of us. Like, I have so many of those moments with that. Like with that random
memory that's just played on a beautiful like sepia reel.
It's Supercut by Lorde.
It is Supercut,
and I love that fucking song because, and I have a shirt that says Supercut because when I heard that song, I was like, yes. In my head, there's a supercut of us, and it's only good shit.
Yeah,
but it's just a supercut.
That's
what she says in the song.
Wow.
Listen to that song.
Listen to that whole album. Melodrama. What's it called?
Yeah, Melodrama.
Oh my God.
Good.
And I just want to say,
I also have a shirt that says Melodrama. I was really into
that album changed our lives.
Yes.
I think we listened to
and
it
it was at
so
such
much.
a pivotal point.
I think I just gone through a breakup. You were going to go through a breakup. Like it was just so fucking good.
And Supercut hits because you're like, yes, why does Brain? It's cool that Brain does that. And it's nice to have those memories. And when you're over it, those memories, I do actually
then
like
you cherish
those
them
memories
beautifully.
now. Yes. Like even the Brickworks
day. Oh, now I'm thinking about Brickworks in a whole new light. Beautiful.
Brickworks is just this cute little thing.
It's a park that my ex-boyfriend took me to.
And there's like a farmer's market.
And there's lily pads and frogs everywhere.
That's lovely.
That's what I remember the most about Brickworks, the lily pads and the love I felt.
And the fact that he did one nice thing.
Yeah, and he was like, let's go for a walk. Thanks, buddy.
You're like, with me.
Oh, you want to take me out?
But you were going to say about...
Oh, I was just going to say, I think I messaged you this the other day. Because,
I didn't respond, but I agree.
Okay. I did not know this lore. This Lorde lore.
Well, you told me about the lore.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. The lore is that Melodrama by Lorde, which was produced by Jack Antonoff, was like a lot of the songs on it were about an affair she was having with Jack Antonoff while he was with Lena Dunham. And the idea is that Taylor Swift and Lorde used to be friends, but they had a falling out. They don't talk to each other anymore because Taylor Swift was tight with Lena Dunham.
Right.
And Jack Antonoff is obviously Taylor Swift's bestie and producer.
Yeah.
So anyway, that lore was not available when that album came out. So we just thought that Greenlight, like I thought Greenlight was just like about like just
can't wait to hook up with this guy.
Yeah, like about your ex. I thought it was about your ex who has moved on and maybe you're waiting to get because you know there's another girl because she says she thinks you love the beach.
You're such a damn liar.
So like you know there's like another girl there. So I just thought it was about like someone that honestly I thought it was like she hooked up with her ex but he's with someone new. That's what I thought it was, which would make sense and it probably still makes sense. But then if you think that it's about, if you listen to it thinking it's about Jack Antonoff not leaving Lena Dunham and think about them making that fucking song together. Yeah. It is the hottest thing in the world to picture.
I know.
It's like mind blowing.
And it sounds so, after hearing that, like it does sound so spot on.
Oh, so spot. It's like you can't hear it the other way. Now it's like, oh, like.
I know, which is funny because like, you sent me that TikTok so long or a while ago, right? Yeah. We talked about this and then didn't talk about it again. And then I feel like 2 days ago, Sam messaged me being like, I can't stop thinking about Greenlight.
Because you know when you like go through a phase where you remember an album and you're like, oh, I'm going to listen to that album.
I'm going to listen to that on the plane tomorrow.
Yes, you should. And I was just like, oh, I'm going to listen to Melodrama. And then I listened to it and was like, oh my God, like the part where she's like, we order different drinks at the same bar. Like now it's like, oh, now you're like trying to hide from each other at the bar. I do my makeup in somebody else's car. Like I'm coming separately.
It's an affair.
It's an affair. It's fully an affair. The whole song is about an affair.
Yeah. And like waiting for you to, dump her so we can make this legit.
Yeah. Which is what I thought it meant, but about her ex-boyfriend coming back to her. But now when I hear the affair thing, I'm like, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
I am questioning that line, and someone can weigh in on this. You know where she says, I whisper things, the city sings them back to you? She's like, I whisper things, the city. I'm like, what's that mean?
She whispers things, and he's a songwriter and performs them. He's in the band Bleachers or whatever. Oh. And like the audience singing them back. So like songs he's written about her, maybe.
Oh my God, Annie, that would be crazy.
I just came up with that.
Wow, that's so smart. You're fucked.
And that makes it even more like this is Jack Antonoff because he's on stage.
Or she whispers things about him in her own songs, and then he like plays with her, and the city sings her own songs back to them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I wonder if he's made any songs about her. I need to look more into the lore.
Right. Does he play in her band?
I think they've definitely performed together. Yeah.
So yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, that's juicy.
And that's also like a hiding in plain sight thing.
So when she says she thinks you like the beach, you're such a damn liar. Maybe he's saying I'm going to the beach, but she's coming over to his place. He's going over to her place to fuck.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what, Lauren?
He maybe. Oh no, she's not Australian. She's New Zealandish.
Yeah.
She's Kiwi. I was thinking, oh, maybe he had to go. Okay, let's just pretend it's Australia, just so you know where my mind went.
Yeah.
What if he had to go out there to make the album and was like, oh, I'm staying a bit longer.
Yes.
I love it out here.
I love the beach.
I love the beach.
You're such a damn liar. I love the beach,
but
though.
also, she's in New Zealand. I don't think they beach.
No, I don't think so. And I know for a fact they wrote that album in New York. I know too much about that album. She wrote that whole album like in the middle of the night at like a diner on like paper.
But what if they had to go to LA together or something?
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Because Lena Dunham lived in New York with Jack Antonoff. I think he still lives in New York with his new wife.
Or what if it's just a line that's kind of like, I know the real you. You know?
Yeah, like a little dig.
You go to the beach with her and her friends or whatever, and meanwhile, I know maybe he said to her, oh, I fucking hate the beach.
Oh my God. Annoying. You know, somewhere in here, I have Not That Kind of Girl. I have Lena Dunham's book somewhere in here. But anyway, I'd love for her to write a sequel and let us know if
that happened
or what. Because Jack Antonoff's all over that book.
Yeah. Like, and if she found out.
I would I'm sure she did.
I feel like it would have been more drama, their breakup.
Maybe it's more of like
amicable.
They had an amicable.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. They had an amicable breakup. But I don't know. I would love to know more. If anybody's got any like blind items on Jack Antonoff and Lorde, please let us know. I am fascinated by that because I'm so fucking obsessed with that album. It's sick.
I know. I actually brought my Melodrama shirt to LA randomly.
She's a stan.
I'm gonna be wearing it.
She's a stan.
Stay tuned.
Okay, let's see what time it is. Okay, it's 5:13.
Okay, great.
Should we say anything?
Did we answer that? What was that advice? Oh yeah, I think we answered that thoroughly.
Oh yeah. No, we answered that almost too well. But yeah, go listen.
Brain likes to make a supercut.
Brain does.
That's pretend. So other brain needs to pipe in and say, there were a lot of bad things, and Brain is choosing to show me the good things, unfortunately. And it's just up to you to just say.
Yes. No. You know what? I don't think we're going to talk about that thing that happened today. I think we'll leave it for next week. I want you bitches wanting more because I feel like this has already gotten long. And if we get into this topic, it's going to go too long. That's my concern because we will talk about it for another hour. So maybe next week.
Yeah, I agree. And I think maybe then we can
decide
get on the same page about what we're...
Yeah, because Annie knows I'm going to go rogue and she's scared.
And I'm editing next week. So great.
Don't worry, I'll say all the fucked up shit at once so you can just cut one block. That'd be nice.
Clap before and after.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm about to say something that you might want to cut. Also, we were just talking about Brain, but there's another thing that Annie and I have that's unrelated, but Guy
and Door.
Okay.
Were you going to say Door?
Yeah, I was going to say Door.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. So Guy is the guy in your brain when you're wasted. And if Guy disappears, then you're in trouble. So it's like if you're wasted and like you look in the mirror and the guy's saying like, oh my God, you're wasted. You're like, okay, you're still here? Great.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's a part of you that's able to recognize. Guys like, whoa, you look a little crazy right now. You should wipe under your eyes. And then you do it and you're like, thanks, Guy.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what Guy would do, and like Guy's useful like that. And then if something goes extremely wrong, like you get so fucked up that Guy leaves. Guy's like, I gotta go, I can't help you. And that'll be like a night where I don't know, like the night we went to Dolly's, guy probably left for you at least.
Oh my God, yes.
I think my guy might have been.
Guy didn't come back for a while after that night.
He got scared.
Guy had to put up some boundaries.
My guy was present as fuck when I walked into the living room and saw Ragu standing there. My guy was like, alert, alert, get this fucker.
Man
In
in
the living room.
unwanted place. But your guy was not there when you were sitting in bed with me and my boyfriend being like, are we going to have a threesome? Me and my best friend. My guy was there. That's actually where he came back. He was like, no.
Your guy came.
This is going to ruin 2 relationships.
Your guy came to save the day.
He's like, I can't help this drunkenness, but I am intercepting this potential threesome. I also cut that out of the last episode. So
did you? I was
that's
wondering.
Just a little Easter egg.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well maybe if you're lucky, we'll tell that story again one day. But also,
without all the names, that's why I cut it out.
So many names. You just said fuck this. And also door. So there's guy who like is there to guide you through your drunk times or not. If you've gone too far, guy will leave you and he will not tell you your makeup's everywhere and he won't tell you how to call an Uber. He'll just
to stop.
He won't tell you to stop. He'll just leave. And then door is when you're hungover or maybe you're just sick.
Yeah.
But mostly
it's usually from drinking, but
it's from drinking and it's when you need a door.
It's actually just a wish. Door is never a real thing. A door is like your deepest wish that, because you know when you're hungover or just sick, but mostly hungover.
Mm-hmm.
And I get really nauseous when I'm hungover.
Yeah, you're a puker.
And you can't eat anything. Like it's impossible to chew and swallow when you're that violently hungover, but you need something in your stomach, especially if you're me and you've been puking a lot. And it's always like the thing I wish for the most when I'm hungover is that I had a little door in my stomach and you could just put some bread and butter in there and you didn't have to eat it. And so like we'll just it's never something you get, obviously we don't like
perform.
Text Sam in the morning and be like, I need the door.
I need the door. Yeah. Oh fuck, this is one of those days where I could really use the door to my stomach.
Is it today?
No, not today, but we would say that is how we'd say it. We'd just be like,
yeah, when you need something in your stomach but you can't do all of the work.
Sometimes you need the door when you have anxiety. Like I am when I'm anxious, I don't eat. And I saw this TikTok the other day of the girl from Cancelled, Brooke Schofield, how everybody was commenting on her weight loss saying she was on Ozempic. And she's like, no, guys, I just went through a bad breakup and I didn't eat for 3 months. And I'm like, literally, the skinniest I've ever been both times is like my 2 epic breakups. Like, cannot eat a fucking thing if you paid me and desperately want the door because if you don't eat and you're anxious, you feel shaky and like
way worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so true. I don't have that problem. I
could have used the door on my wedding day, honestly.
Eat. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Really could have used the door that day.
I eat when I'm anxious or sad. I have the other thing.
I eat when I'm sad, but anxious, how do you eat when you're anxious? Aren't you scared? Aren't you too scared?
Well, I guess I don't know, actually, if I eat when... I think there's no difference, is what I'm saying. Because your anxiety is so in your throat.
My throat's closed.
Mine's in my lungs.
Oh.
So it's kind of not... Like, I guess I'm preoccupied. Like, obviously, if I'm having a panic attack, I'm not thinking about eating.
Yeah.
But, like, if I'm having just anxiety all day, it's like a breathing thing.
Right.
So it's like I'm eating normally because that's not related.
So I'm eating and I'm breathing.
Because I think it's going to help, which it does a lot of the time.
Honestly, it's like you always just need to eat
but
something.
But if my anxiety was in my throat, it'd be like, sorry, I don't care if this
swallow
helps.
right now. And I can't speak. So no one talk to me. I got an anxiety attack on the subway the other day. Joe and I were going to look at a house and I got an anxiety attack and I was like, and he was talking and I just went, put my hand over my mouth. Just
Did he know immediately?
Immediately. He squished my head.
And did that help?
A little bit, but we were still flailing on a subway.
I always get anxiety on the subway.
I know, but you're afraid of like shooters. I'm afraid of my.
I'm afraid of enclosed spaces. It's the same thing as plane. I'm not afraid of shooters on the plane.
Yeah, no shooters.
I'm afraid of being stuck in that capsule for 5 hours.
Yeah. I mean, planes are definitely safer than the subway, which is crazy.
I just don't want to be enclosed at all.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
safe
someone
or
will
not
open the door. But guess what? No. It's been confirmed. The door could not have been open in flight.
But it did.
No, it didn't. It never opened. it was attempted. Someone was
Oh,
grabbing
you mean
it.
Sam M's guy?
Yes.
I'm talking about the door that fucking flew off and did open.
Oh my God. And can you believe no one died?
The only reason no one died is because no one was sitting in that seat miraculously. So that's what I'm saying. I checked in for my flight today, and it was a completely full flight. Everyone immediately grabbed all the seats, and I'm a window seat girl. And I grabbed the last window seat at the back of the plane, and I went, oh, phew, that was a close one. And then after I checked out and everything, I was like, oh my God, what if I got the fucking seat next to that door?
No, the reason no one was
off?
on. No, first of all, that door was in the middle of the plane. It was like the emergency exit door that's over the wing, first of all. And secondly, the reason nobody was in that seat was because it was in the back of the plane, and people just don't like that. People were like, no, I don't want to sit there. Yeah. And just so you know, for tomorrow, the back of the plane is always more turbulent than the front.
I do know that.
So not be scared.
Yeah, I do know that. I'm always at the back of the plane too, because I don't know. I check in like right away, but I guess people pay.
People do. People like me.
Yeah.
I pay fucking.
I just don't even know when to pay. Do you pay? I thought you paid
right
now.
when I check
buy
in.
the ticket.
I buy a premium seat every single time.
There wasn't any.
Like when we go to Vegas, like if there's a premium seat, best believe I will leave everybody at the back of the plane.
I also
we
will
should
do
check
that.
in at the same time so that I can help
Okay,
you.
so you do that at checkout. Check in,
yeah.
Okay, I want to do that, but also I don't like emergency exit. I don't want to talk about emergencies. I don't want the word to be uttered, and I definitely don't want to be next to a door, and I don't want to be the one pulling it. So I don't care about legroom.
Okay, queen.
A premium seat to me is like being closer to the front, I guess, and
window bulkhead seat would be great without the emergency exit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, really premium, and you can't really guarantee this, is having no one next to me.
What if I'm next to you?
Oh, yeah, friends.
Yeah, we can fly
Actually,
together.
I'd go in the middle if it's my friend.
Listen, we can fly together to Vegas. That's what we'll do.
We are flying together.
Yes, but we can fly together in the same.
Well, there's going to be 4 of us.
There is going to be me, you, Sam, Isabel, Katie. 5
of us.
Wow.
Fun. Okay, we all need to check in together.
I know. By the way, guys, I'm in a really interesting in-between period of my life where like I'm raw dogging in case I get pregnant, but also
in case I get pregnant
to get pregnant
for the purpose of
getting pregnant. But I'm also like,
my bachelorette is in
a month and a half, and I'm like, am I that stupid? Like, is that such an immature?
Actually in like a month.
It's in a month. Am I that immature that I'm like, let's just fucking go off?
I don't think that's immature. I think that's an annoying.
You wouldn't do it. You would keep trying. You wouldn't not get pregnant for a bachelorette.
No, I don't suggest that you do, by the way.
I know, but I'm kind of suggesting.
Yeah. But I'm saying that can only come from within.
From within.
It depends on the circumstances. If all my friends had kids and I was feeling really behind or something, maybe I wouldn't stop the train. But if I was like the first one of my friends, then I would maybe not feel that.
Okay.
You know, like if there was a bachelorette coming and no one had kids yet, I feel like maybe I'd be like, okay.
But just make it known right now that when we have kids, we're still going to Vegas.
Yes. Well, that's the other thing. It's like, this isn't the only Vegas trip in our future.
It is going to be a fun Vegas trip.
But it is going to be fun. And you do like to drink. That's the only thing.
I love to
There's
drink.
some people that don't
gonna have
even
a drink
like
right
drinking.
now.
Fuck, okay.
Well, you have to go to Metro.
Yeah.
Okay, you go to Metro. You
Two things can be true, honey.
Look at Annie on her
I could take a traveler. No, I'm kidding.
Defeat the entire purpose. Just go drink on the street.
I gotta have the drink, not the time.
Okay, well, let's wrap this up because now I'm gonna finish editing that TikTok, guys. I'm releasing a TikTok series. It's all the men I've ever dated. They're gonna be 10-minute videos. So,
but Sam,
what?
Don't forget to leave some content for the pod, honey.
I don't think I will run out of content because every time we're on the pod, because what I think of when I'm by myself is one thing. When you jog my memory, it's another thing.
Yes.
Some might say you're my muse.
Oh, is that what that boils down to?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's nice.
All right, guys.
I just touched Sam's toe with my toe.
She doesn't usually do cute things like that. Usually I have to slurp her. Actually, that's a dynamic I don't think is clear right now, but we'll make it clear in the next episode. Next episode, we'll explain how for years I had to like make Annie be obsessed with me. I had to be like, I'm your wife.
And maybe I'll read my section of my wedding speech where I dispel that rumor.
Yes, perhaps you should. I wouldn't mind having a copy of that.
Yeah, you probably don't even fucking remember it. Not
I remember.
Not in a pointed way. I'm just saying, like, how could you remember it?
I remember some things. I remember the thing you said about my cousin. That's actually so funny. We'll save that. All right, guys. So many cliffhangers here. So much good stuff to be done next week when I go to St. Catharines and Annie's back from LA. We're going to have so much to talk about. So keep writing in. I know there's some questions we didn't get to today, but we'll get to them. Don't
worry, darlings.
Don't worry, darlings. Okay, everybody wish Annie a safe flight. We'll pause right now so you can say it out loud.
You have to say it out loud.
Yeah, you have to say it out loud.
And I might take this moment to share my little thing that I say to God.
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah. What do you say to God?
What?
I know what you say to God.
Yeah. Well, I say it out. I just put it out there in my head when I'm on a plane. I go, wow, I'm so grateful. Like some iteration of this. Like, I'm so grateful for I get to go on a trip. I'm so lucky. Positive vibes, grateful vibes. You gotta start that way.
Yeah. Before you ask for something.
You gotta prime God. And then I say, please let us arrive safely and in one piece.
She has to say in one piece. And doesn't this all have to be said before the plane takes off?
Yeah.
Isn't that part of it too?
Yeah. It can be also when it's like in one piece. Like, I'm not so strict on that.
Yeah.
And since I heavily medicate myself for flights, if I happen to fall asleep before takeoff, which sometimes happens, I wake up and go, it's okay. That's allowed. One piece.
Yeah.
And I don't stress about it too much.
Okay, good.
You know, it's like, it's something that I say as a little ritual, but like, I'm not, you know.
So what time is your flight tomorrow so I can say safe flight in the morning?
Noon.
Perfect.
Easy peasy.
You will receive that text.
Thank you.
As usual.
Carolyn always messages me, one piece.
Aww. Wow. Such cute friends we have. All right, guys. Everybody have a great week. This was a super long episode. I might edit it down a bit.
Longer than usual?
I think it was longer than usual. I think it was like almost 2 hours. Did I make that up? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's 5:15, I didn't get here till like 4.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.